With us now, the anchor of CNBC's Closing Bell and host of the Wall Street Journal Report with Maria Bartiromo. And she's so awesome.
She's awesome.
I know. And here in Washington, NBC News.
I love Joe.
I'm her biggest. All right, we need to stop.
Money Party just jumping up for everything else. We've got NBC News Chief Foreign Affairs Correspondent and a host of MSNBC's Andrew Mitchell reports. Andrea Mitchell.
I want to talk to Andrea.
And I'm Maria's biggest fan.
Yeah. So, I want to talk to you about Google.
Right back at you.
Okay,
but first, Maria, GM posting this huge fourth quarter loss. Give us a sense of what this is all going to mean. These are big numbers, aren't they?
Well, you know, Mika, I think it means the company comes back in the next 3 months asking for more money. You know, the debate out there about whether or not to save the automakers, you know, is clearly a heated issue. You're talking about a large amount of job cuts if in fact, we allow these automakers to fail. But there's no question about it. They'll be back for more money. So, you know, the bailout nation continues. We're having a discussion about this. It's very upsetting when you think about what's going on, whether it's the autos, the banks. I mean, something's got to give.
Why is it upsetting, Maria?
Why is it upsetting? Because we
where to begin?
We keep giving all of these companies all this money, and for a long time, when you look at the banks, okay, the government was afraid to tell us that it was Citigroup. Okay, all the whispering. You know, we don't want to tell you which bank is the weakest bank because the market will, you know, impact the bank. Now we know.
So now
the genie is out of the bottle.
Instead, they made us think every bank.
So now we have to save another company. The autos, we're saving the banks. It's too much. And now we're looking at all these tax increases. You know, it's just ridiculous. I am joining the public outrage in a big way.
Let me bring in Money Party. Money Party, please. Keep it simple. Stay focused. Answer my question.
20 seconds.
20 seconds.
What's on your mind, Scarborough? Just what's on your mind?
Do you have the stun gun, Willie?
Yeah, I've got the taser
What
ready. Is on your mind?
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's what the free market usually does, and what it's done for 240 years. It rewards good companies and punishes bad companies. We're keeping good companies alive that should be dead. Why are we keeping them on life support?
The banks have blackmailed us. In other words, the banks got so big that they incurred so much risk and took so much money out of the system that by the time Citigroup and the rest of them got to the point of near collapse, they went to Washington and said, here's your deal. You can either give us $1 trillion or we'll bring down the Western financial system. That's the implied threat. So the banks, it's blackmail. And with the auto companies, it's another version of blackmail, which is we've done a terrible job of running the auto companies. However, if you don't support us, we'll fire 3 million people, and then you'll have to deal with that mess. So basically, we're funding these firms through blackmail. People like to call them zombie institutions. I prefer to think of them as Godzilla institutions because they continue to come back looking for more money. We need to stop the madness, organized bankruptcies and dissolutions. There are great banks and great car companies to be had in this country. These simply are not those companies.
Dylan, you know what I do think? I think last summer, and $2 trillion would have been a number that was very hard to swallow, obviously, but now we know that it is $2 trillion. But last summer, somebody needed to say, we have X number of dollars, $2 trillion, okay? We can buy your troubled assets. We will be there if you come and try to get some of these assets off of your books. And then December 31, you're done. Okay, you're on your own. So you have 6 months or you have 5 months, whatever it was, to try and sell us these assets.
We'll support you in the
balance sheet. And then if you don't do it, you're out of here. But there's just no end to this.
I think, though, Joe, that we're coming to the end. I think that whether it's the emotion that you see with Maria, the emotion that you've seen from me since I showed up in September and you couldn't shut me up, or the emotion you saw from Rick Santelli, or the emotion everybody watching feels, we're coming to the end of the line on this.
Taser him.
No, don't taser me. It's very interesting, though.
I'd survive the taser anyway. I just keep coming.
I know you do. So, Maria, do you get the feeling that a lot of the businesses that you work with, a lot of the people you talk to, are beginning to feel like you, that they think that companies should rise or fall based on their merits instead of these continued bailouts?
Yes, that is capitalism. You know what? So some of the automakers go down, somebody else will be back, and they will make cars. That's America. That's entrepreneurialism, and that's what needs to happen.
And the government, the government's role is to help an orderly transition. In other words, instead of the government supporting bad businesses, we recognize there's social threats, social damage from all of this perpetrated by the banks and the car companies because of their mismanagement. That needs to be dealt with.